Yeah, it's time for another weekly update on Sky Shard. That is the indie game I'm making, the little city building auto battler in the sky. And I'll be honest, it's been a little bit of a quieter week for us. You might not think so looking at this patch that we put out yesterday. It's like actually a pretty big patch. In the scheme of most games, this would be a significant patch. We added some quality of life changes. We reworked the way piercing damage, which is one of the damage types in our game, works. It's instead of hitting all units in a straight line, now it only hits one unit in a straight line because it proved to be crazy powerful and hard to balance and hard to design around. So this still has some utility and some positioning implications, but just, you know, kept in check. We added some new artwork. We reworked 3 units, basically all interacting with Tinker in some way or another, but some pretty significant unit reworks, still in the same feel and flavor for these, but just changed the mechanics. Some great explanations here from my partner Ben, developer on what we did. Fixed some bugs, you know, made some performance improvements. That's a good sized patch. But for us, it was definitely a bit of a down week. Ben had a few days away. I had a death in the family. Art team was catching up from a trip and stuff. So a slow week for us. Still pretty good output, but boy, next week, man, this is just the calm before the storm, because next week, maybe not next Monday. I don't know when it'll land, but in the next, you know, week or two anyway, we got some big changes coming, dude. We're adding heroes into the game. This is something Ben and I have been batting back and forth for a long time, basically since day one. Like, I was always pro hero from the start, because not even like from a mechanics or design standpoint, I just thought having characters and faces was like really important to the game. Just like, you know, just having like, you know, literally like in YouTube thumbnails, you know, just having a face, whether that's, you know, a person's face or an art's face, goes a really long way. It just kind of helps you identify with a run a little bit, like, oh, that Zap run, Zap's our wizard, you know, our frog wizard, or that Nick run, we're gonna have a wizard named after Nicholas Flamel. That Farnsworth run, we're gonna have a robot wizard named after Philo Farnsworth, the inventor of the television. Spoiler alert, I don't know if these are all going to be here right away, but I just thought it would be really nice to have some heroes. I didn't know if that was something that we wanted to do mechanically, because Ben's always pushed back a little bit on that, sort of from a design or mechanics standpoint, because it becomes a kind of asymmetrical design challenge and balancing problem. If, you know, you have one hero that's just way better than everybody else, like, do people always pick that? Or if you only allow random choices, does it feel bad when you don't get that hero? How do you balance all these kind of unique power levels and effects and stuff? So it's but he's come around to heroes kind of independently. I haven't even been pushing on this. He's sold on heroes, talking to people, I think, in Discord now too. This was really his big recent push. I kind of you know, I made my sales for heroes like 3 or 4 months ago, you know, early on in the design iteration process, but he's come back around. So we have a little plan for heroes where it's, you know, maybe not super, like, heroes aren't going to give you like a crazy super unique advantage, or like, you know, in other words, they're going to add a little bit of direction for you, and they're going to have some randomness baked into it as well. So it's not like deterministic or, you know, a balancing nightmare kind of thing. It's more just kind of a sprinkling of flavor and direction, like giving you just a little bit of guidance at the start of a run, which we think will both help kind of new players get on board, but also experienced players, you know, if they want to, can get a little bonus here and there, but can also, they don't have to feel committed to that choice. They can still, you know, branch out and make sure we still have plenty of exploration and discovery in every single run, where it doesn't feel like you're always on a set path where you get to branch out and do fun new things all the time, which has really been one of our design goals from the very, very beginning. So anyway, to tease heroes there a little bit, stay tuned for heroes. Also doing a rework on the tutorial. I've been harping a lot on, I think our tutorial needs to be just maybe shorter and maybe more approachable, or I don't even know if approachable is the right word, but just I don't know, just like explaining certain mechanics better. I think it still has some gaps for people who particularly don't have a lot of auto battler experience, maybe. But then we also, today we're talking about a new kind of hit point system for like determining your run's survivability and stuff, and a new rating system and a scoring system for that. Like, man, we got a lot of big reworks on the way, and they are like big changes too, right? All of these can have incredibly massive implications on the gameplay experience, but like we've always said, we're taking big swings. we're at a stage where we don't want to swing small. We want to swing for the fences, see what happens. Maybe it totally sucks and we have to walk it back, or maybe we change it and try something else, right? But we need to learn. We want to make big things happen. So we're changing a lot all at once and quickly, and we're gonna just keep an eye on how things feel and go, and you know, we'll refine it from there. We'll, I'm sure, whittle things down and pare things down, but you know, all in a process to learn and just make the game better as fast as we can, which having so many people engaging and playing the game has made that very easy to do. Like you guys, well, I wouldn't say easy, but easier to do. Like it wouldn't be possible without having an awesome player base who's really committed to playing a lot of games for us, giving us data and feedback at a super high level. So yeah, anyway, quiet week with a pretty big patch, but a lot more to come. Just man, so many things on the way. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop into a run of Sky Shard so you guys can see this this beautiful game in action after some of these most recent changes, and see if I can't piece together a nice little run. All right, here we go. We've got a nice, beautiful, empty island that is about to be filled with lots of nice, beautiful buildings. Starting things off, we've got 3 weapon choices. I recommend you always start with a weapon. It's very rare that that would ever be the wrong thing to do. I don't really love any of these weapons as a starter weapon. I think we'll take the Soul Slinger, just because it has the highest like damage output right now, like DPS value, right? If we click this, we can see 70 DPS, 50. This is basically 0 DPS until we find some defense units to synergize with it. So I think this is the best kind of standalone weapon right now. If we take a starter defense that's tier 2 or tier 3, we can look this up, by the way. Tier 2 and tier 3 defenses, right? Tier 2, it's only tree or buffer, sequoia or buffer bot. Tier 3, boy, there are some really good tier 3 defenses. Oh man, no, that's probably worth it. That's a lot. That's better tier 3s than I thought. I feel like I always get sequoia when I take this though, and I'm always disappointed. Hey, mushroom ender's chill. Okay, we'll take a mushroom ender. This one gives health buffs to things next to it when it takes damage, so we're gonna go ahead and put it next to the Soul Slinger for now. Frankly, you know, this should be over here later. Like you generally want your defense units up here, but we can just maximize a little bit of upside here. In fact, we can also just move this closer, maybe. Just maximize a little bit of upside here so that, you know, we're getting a lot of extra health, as you can see, which is clearly going to make the difference. We're going to own this fight, which is great. Thank you, Mushroom and Soul Slinger. Those little optimizations are stuff you don't always have to do, but can really pay off. Oh, speaking of which, I just pulled up the library, guys, and like looked up that unit, right? A lot of people have been requesting that we, like, when you hover over the shop, it shows you like which units are available in that shop, like a little pop-up, you know, maybe comes in and shows you what's available. For some reason, I'm really resistant to this idea, and I'm not actually sure why. I talked to Ben about this. I said, like, hey, dude, people have been requesting this a lot, and like, you know, generally speaking, my philosophy is always just like make the player's life easier, right? Like just make their life easier. Because particularly like we allow you to do that anyway, right? Like I just did it. I just looked it up, right? I just did the thing. And like we're basically forcing you to do that anyway if you want to do that. Like you know, Hearthstone Battlegrounds, same thing. They're like add-ons, like a deck tracker for Battlegrounds, you know, like HS Replay deck tracker would like do that and have a little thing on the side as a third-party add-on that showed you what was in a given tier or whatever to help you make good choices. So like the logical side of me, and even the kind of I don't know, like designer philosophy side of me understands it and agrees with it, but for some reason there's this other emotional side of me that's really resistant to that, and I don't know what it is. And I don't mean like emotional, like, oh, I'm sad or angry. I mean like thinking about the experience side of it almost, where it's like, does that steal a little something? Does it, number one, is it like too cluttered? And does it sort of steal some of the like rhythmic decision making? Because I like when I play on stream, it's very different than when I'm playing by myself. When I'm playing by myself, I'm often just in the groove and like clicking and, you know, moving really quickly. Like, I can finish our runs in like 10 minutes often when I'm playing by myself, maybe even faster than that, because I'm just like in the groove and clicking, and I almost like don't want to get in the way of that kind of game flow or something. For whatever reason, it feels to me like that's gonna steal It's not really stealing skill expression because you can just look it up, right? Like people will use websites, people will use the library if they want to. So maybe it's like a setting we could enable or something, but for like new players in particular, I definitely don't want new players hovering and seeing like 12 things pop up, because like this big shop might have literally 15 things. That would be a disaster for new players to just like have to look at 15 things and have no idea what that is. Like it'd be so dense. So maybe it's something we could like toggle on. And like, you know, experienced players could do it if they want, just so like it doesn't have to have a third-party solution or doesn't demand a click. I also maybe talked to Ben about like, you know, how we have like an inventory button here. You could maybe have like a little library button here, so that at the very least, if we force you to go to the library, you don't have to like hit an extra button or whatever. You know, you don't have to hit escape. Maybe it's just a clickable down here or something. My head is blocking the non-existent icon here, but you get the idea. So I don't know, man. I can't decide, but there's just something in my brain that's kind of going back and forth. But if you guys have any thoughts or insights on that, the more thoughts and insights we get, the better, right? The more we'll learn. So that might be all I need to know. It's just more thoughts and insights. We took another weapon here, the Tesla coil. This one's kind of I like that this is sort of a wide board AoE. It's hitting 3 things. This is kind of hitting one big thing with big damage, so they do complement each other fairly well, I suspect. Here's a third weapon. We'll just take a third weapon. It's totally fine. We can get all 3 of these weapons buffed by the mushroom mender as well right now, which is pretty cool. So we'll just do that, I guess. This should do pretty well, I think, although this is pretty annoying. Although this is exactly what Tesla coil is great at cleaning up, all those little trees and all that garbage, right? And we're just farming health. We're gonna have more health than when we started, I think. We did great. Structure shop 4 or 5. Let's go for a 4 so we have more space later. Let's take a force field. That's a great defensive item, particularly against some of the tinker spam we've seen lately with really fast attacking weapons, because this gains health anytime a weapon attacks, and there's been some really fast attackers. Magic 4 should be okay, because we can maybe get a weapon, a 4th weapon we don't even really need right now. I think 3 weapons is often a sweet spot, but sometimes you can brute force weapons and just get a really good run going early. So, you know, the more the merrier in some cases, but, you know, for an end game build, a lot of the best builds probably only have three weapons often, maybe even 2 to 4 range. Yeah, I don't really want a Miria right now. This is kind of a counter. This is too bad for us right now. I think we take the Eternal Bonfire. This needs 3 things adjacent to it, which it has because we count corners. So those are all speed up based on the bonfire. It's not huge speed gains, but it's maybe enough. It's enough to matter. 3 weapons is still good. Opponent also has 3 weapons here. Similar weapons. They also have the power plant. This is going to be a bit to chunk through, but not bad. I think we're fine. Yeah, definitely fine. Good stuff. Okay, 3 early wins is a great start to this run. Production shop. This is generally a value generating shop where we're going to get a lot of stuff out of it. I think we're just early enough to make that worth it on round 4, but I really only wanted if I get Geronimo's Warehouse. I think that's my favorite. We missed Geronimo's Warehouse. We can take this mana. This one gives us mana, the mana machina. Crystal mine, generating a crystal every turn. Like, that can be pretty good. Could maybe go for a crystal. I haven't gone for a crystal build in a while, to be honest. Like with the 3 weapons we have, we can almost do anything. I don't want the spell factory. Enchantments right now I don't think are worth it. Enough return on that investment. I mean, mana's like safe. I mean, in theory, this kind of gives you 1 mana per turn, right? A crystal costs 1 mana. But it also has synergy outs, right? Like, we could go for a crystal core build, which is like, you know, we have kind of a menagerie build right now that's a mix of various things. So maybe crystals allow us to do that. Structure shop 4 could actually give me a crystal core, I think, right? If not, we can go bamboo or another mender. Ooh, also brick by brick, already pretty good at 15 tags. This gains a lot of health. Thanatos' altar, you can actually put on the Eternal Bonfire to speed these up even more. Right now, I'll say, like, I don't think we have enough defense to make that worth it, because I think our weapons will start getting attacked too soon. I also think we can get speed buffs off crystals, so I'm probably going to go ahead and just take more defense, which I think brick by brick is probably the best defense in this case. Probably just going to be the meatiest. Has some start of combat implications that are useful. There's a few reasons for that, I guess. Trees, not good, but we got lots of weapons at least. This force field gained a lot of health because of all those little attacking toy stores. Yes, didn't even die. Let's go. That's great news. Yeah, there's a speed crystal already. Good stuff. Okay. It's going to speed up adjacent units 5%. That's pretty good. Oh, actually, that's really good on the Soul Slinger in particular, I guess. Yeah, let's put that there. Big Shot 4 could have a crystal core to buff our crystals. It does not this time. We got a weird hover here. Why is my hover stuck? My tooltip is still there. Thanatos' refractor. Change anything to Tinker help us? Not really, no. I don't think so. Tether 2000's way to buff damage on the Tesla coil, but it does maybe get weird with the Eternal Bonfire. I mean, not necessarily. We could just use that instead of the Chameleon. That's pretty good, I guess. Kind of nice. It also is a nice one to speed up as well. Chameleon can now just go over here. That's good to speed up there too. Crystal core! No crystal core. In fact, all this is a little bit clunky for us. Jump starter is not going to be useful. Glow berries. I mean, we could give this a lot of health and then use that to buff, but it's sort of weird. Scola, we don't have any town units that cares about. The latching spore, like lifesteal's fine, I guess. Like the Tesla coil lifesteal could be kind of fun. Cursed Bell, I don't really have the right units for yet. Boy, this is just a set of 6 things that I really don't want a single one. This rarely ever happens. This rarely ever happens. Like almost never does this happen. I guess Cursed Bell is the most generally useful, I think. I'll just put it behind these defense units for now. You know, it's got 160 health, which is a little bit defensive itself. Maybe procs a couple key stuns, you know, like buys us just a minute, which is all you need sometimes. This got pretty fast at 0.8. It's got decent damage output too. Yeah. Tesla coil's doing work. Yeah, perfect. No, actually, it did the least amount of damage of all my weapons. I'm actually stunned by that fact. I'm stunned. The Soul Slinger did the most, dude. I'm sleeping on Soul Slinger. They did have some ancient units, which this gets buffed as both enemy and friendly ancient units are on board, so that probably helped. Health buff for now, I think can go on defense, but there is definitely some argument to put it on weapons eventually. Magic Shop 5 can get a good defense unit and can get dude, Pillar's actually pretty sick with crystals. We could also use it on that Cursed Bell. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that actually. Random Novus 3, nah. Structure Shop 2 is better. Trees are good. We like trees. Quest by 5 town, get a random defense. I mean, random defense from tier 1 to 3 is... I don't even think there actually are any tier 1 defenses right now, but... yeah... I think we'll just float that. I think we'll float that mana and save it for next turn, really. Ben and I were actually talking about... I said, you know, there's not a lot of defenses. I was looking the other day, like we have way less units in some factions than others. I wouldn't say way less, but like Nature and Tinker have a lot of units. And then if you look at like Novus and Ancient as our other factions, they have a lot fewer units. And I was asking Ben if we think that's a problem or not. Like, do we want them all to be equal? And he said pretty confidently, like, no, he didn't really think it mattered. Like he wanted them to have like, you know, maybe Novus to be more expensive units and not have a lot of cheap units or whatever. And I was like, well, you know, I guess I kind of agree. Like, there's no like, you know, like arbitrarily there's no reason for them to all be the same, right? It doesn't mean anything. Like I said, what I told him is like, yeah, I guess I think you're right, as long as they have a sort of satisfying, you know, internal synergy, or, you know, you feel like you can do things with them, like they're meaningful as a set of units, you know. In that case, like, yeah, I guess I don't really care, right? So it's more about just like not forcing some arbitrary equal distribution of the units or whatever. It's more about just, you know, having satisfying factions. I think I like that philosophy in a weird way. Sometimes I think you get stuck. I've actually done this a lot in my life where I get stuck on sort of, I know like with YouTube videos and stuff, you know, like getting stuck on a way to do things, or a process, or a thumbnail style or whatever. Instead of doing it the right way, you just do it the way that you've done it, or the way that is like structured or organized instead of the best way, and that's a trap sometimes. Sometimes that's better. Oh my god, we rolled 2 weapons off our portal. That is insane. That is exactly why portal is so good. We did lose our first fight, by the way, last round. We're already off to a great start this run, so we pivoted into a little bit more value with that like portal and everything. I'm not totally shocked we're losing, but man, did it pay off, because we just got some insane results. 2 awesome weapons. I mean, laser pointer, admittedly, like a little hard to use, I guess, sometimes, but still a pretty great start. Magic shop again. Do we take another bonfire and just like rip through these 3 things right here? Oh, we also now have the rocket instead of the soul slinger, which does have more damage, but I'd rather the soul slinger be going faster, I think. I think that's true, yeah. Upgrade here? No speeds. We'll take an extra life for some extra health, and I guess maybe a big buffer. Put it on the force field, because this guy can get really strong. Let's also just put the force field further back, I think. We like it behind the other defense units. I don't have anything for my portal right now other than maybe that green crystal. If I take a cheap housing, I could maybe put the red crystal in too, I guess. Yeah, that's probably fine. Oh, we missed again on dang, dude. Well, shoot, dude. That makes me sad. I guess we put this on coil, yeah. Maybe we have to put the crystals in, huh? Yeah, I mean, we've got 5 weapons now, all kind of doing different things. Oh, this weapon sucks for them. Homing missiles. I don't have a single town unit. That weapon is just not going to do anything. I mean, I guess it's feeding the chameleon with the Tether 2000, giving it a bit of a speed buff, but man, really sad, dude. They haven't even hardly got through any of my defensive units, dude. No, that was sad, dude. That was really sad. We farmed up that. Yeah, that weapon literally did 0 damage. That's so sad. So arborist is good, a little bit more free value. Here we can put the lumberjack in on the portal. That's okay. Magic 5 again. Do we go for more mirrors? I really don't need any more bonfires. I don't need a portal. If we get Myrias, that's kind of bad. I think that's maybe not that good. Tinker Shop, start a combat would be good. We also could go for... I would like to find a tier 4 nature later. Maybe we go here just to grab a bamboo, though. Maybe another mushroom mender is pretty good, too, actually. Don't hate that. Kind of been liking the mushroom menders on the mirrors. It feels like it gives you extra damage output, you know. Tinker 5, start a combat on the brick by brick. Another defense shop, though. I like defense, dude. We got pretty good weapon output. I wonder if we just focus on defense now. We can finish on a tier 1 thing. Oh, maybe another one of these and then get that Tinker support later. Tier 1 thing for the portal, I was saying. Basically, leave one of those behind. It's interesting. I was going to go for Crystal Core to support the Crystal Mine, but instead the Crystal Mine is just turned into a portal engine, you know? Like, it's just a value generator for the portal, which is honestly way better. I think that's working out much better for us. Fight's kind of close and scary here. They're getting a lot of health buffs. I think we might be in trouble, guys. Yep, definitely in trouble. Dang, I thought we were going to be safer there. Man, we had a really strong start and we've kind of fallen off a little bit. Oh, here's the new art for the artillery repeater, which used to be a dynamite turret, which I know will make some people sad, but you'll get over it. Now it's an artillery repeater. I did have us brighten up this art just a little bit, though. I thought it was reading a hair dark for other... which it's funny, I don't have a single other basic unit on board, but our basic faction units tend to be a lighter gray color. I wanted it to really read, and lighter wood color too, frankly. Wanted it to read a little closer there. 6th weapon though, dude. I really thought we'd be better with 6 weapons, but we're weirdly not in the best of spots. A 7th weapon? Dare we take a 7th weapon? Or just more defense? I think we just take more defense, right? So, boy, bunch of useless stuff. We can turn things into defense units. I don't think that does anything. Necromancer Hut, I mean, I guess is decent. This buffs our weapons as defense dies. Weirdly, we don't actually have that much defense, though. It's like, you know, not that many units. Like, it's a lot of mana commitment, but not that many units, you know. I really hope we win more, because I thought, oh, this looks like we're farming, though. Surely we're okay, right? This is not that good. The rocket's gonna farm this up. Yeah, maybe. Oh my god, I don't know. It's scarier than I thought. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, we turned the corner on that pretty quick. Yeah, nice. Okay, so that got us oh, actually, are we still not positive? Oh, dude, I'm ranked so high that even 7 trophies right now is not positive. Oh, that's scary. That's real scary, guys. Bakery's useless. Does nothing. Man, I still feel like defense is a good recipe for success here. But I might also try to go for an expensive Tinker to give these a lot more health. I don't know. We have some combos there. Dynamo, probably good on the recoil, although I don't know, it's pretty good on the artillery repeater too. I don't know, we might do it there. Ancient 4, we could get at Thanatos' altar maybe. I was hoping for Tinker 4 later too. No Thanatos. I do love Voodoo Totem though. Voodoo Totem on these is not the greatest though. I don't mean Voodoo, I mean Obelisk. I like Voodoo Totem too, but Obelisk can be insane. Obelisk can really snipe some key stuff. Like you could put shrubs on there. You could even maybe put trees. I don't think they're quite as good. You just like the junk that's not doing anything else, right? You can just throw it away. I mean, honestly, the Necromancer's Hut isn't bad. 200 damage. Magic 5. If I get another prismatic, I don't know. I could go cheap and look for a Tinker later, but there's some decent hits here. Styx's Mirror is not good enough though. I honestly don't even hate a production here because it's like I could put it in the obelisk, but it's just so late. I don't know. I might go cheap though. Didn't really want that. Ancient 4 again. Thanatos is. Maybe take a starter defense to just put on the obelisk. Yeah, Sequoia is pretty good actually. And a well. Sure. Just more stuff stuffed around the obelisk, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think we're okay. I think we're definitely not that synergistic though. Like a lot of builds might have better synergies by now. We're just kind of pile of stuffing it, you know, which isn't bad. That can definitely work in our game, which I'm really proud of, by the way. I'm really happy about that. But at the same time, I don't know. We're not a lot of like combos yet, although we're looking pretty solid here. It's close though, I think. Maybe this still has a lot of health though, and this has a lot of health too. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, okay, nice. So that got us positive. Nice. 8 wins. We're up 6 points now. We got another weapon actually. This freaking dude, this guy, by the way, I could just probably put that on the blue there, huh? This portal's paid off big time, man. Like really good hits on this portal, honestly. Really good hits. Another shrub is quite good for the obelisk actually. These have a lot of health potentially. Structure 4, probably some good defense units there, maybe some stuff for obelisk. I mean, yeah, honestly, stone wall's pretty good. We could go mushroom mender again. Compound knowledge is town unit synergies. We don't have any town units really. Stone wall, like, do I like it better on the obelisk or better, you know, just independently? I don't know. Maybe I like it on the obelisk. Sometimes sniping like a big high health weapon is actually pretty valuable. Second force field, sure. Let's try to get this portal into a better spot. Maybe we don't worry too much about the speed buffs on those, right? Have space for this now? No, it's still adjacent. Shoot, gotta move this one more spot up. That's fine. So diluter gets eaten. Ruby gets eaten by portal. I mean, honestly, I should probably just sell the portal at some point soon, frankly. Maybe it should have even been this turn, probably on the next transmute. Like we're kind of at the stage where we're like so near the end of the run that we need to focus on that. Opponent has some toy stores. That's gonna make these force fields pretty buffed. I think we're gonna be okay, maybe. A lot of stuff going on here. Can we snipe some things with a stone wall, please? Throw this stone wall at this force field. It's gonna be too late now. Oh, now throw it at the Cthulhu's or the Symbolator. Oh, it threw it at some bees. Oh, that's sad. These are not awesome for us. I think we're still okay though, probably, right? Like these weapons are. Oh yeah. Oh dude, that just murdered. That rocket just murdered there. Perfect. Yeah, this is a good run. We're at 9 wins already, man. Really nice. Another good defensive unit too here. That's beautiful. Another shrub for the obelisk. Yeah, we can get rid of this well maybe. Yeah, I need to find a transmute. Let's take this. And maybe another extra life. I'm gonna put this shield on this force field so that it's like super buffed up, and then this one too. Azurite can go there. Power line is just totally useless to us. We have like no town units for that to speed up. Another shrub, sure. At some level, I probably want to move this sequoia out and actually just use it somewhere. You know, like I got all these shrubs now for the obelisk. That seems better to me. I'm gonna go cheap here because I'm really looking to find that transmute. I want to transmute away my guy. Transmute. I want to find that transmute. Uh-oh, transmute. Very unlikely to roll it as my last item. Do I take a tier 2 shop just because that shop is better? Boy, I don't know about that. I'm gonna try it one more time. Spell shield, sure, this goes here. We didn't hit it, we got an upgrade. Scorch. What's best for Scorch? Probably Chameleon, right? Okay, so we're well, I don't want that there. I guess I can still put this here for the obelisk. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Sometimes having these smaller guys up here hurts the obelisk because it takes too long to throw the big ones. I think it's just random orders. I don't know. Yeah, it seems to be random orders, right? This is a build with a lot of help. Thankfully, we have a lot of weapons that are kind of spreading their damage across the build nicely. Yeah, this is going very well. Yeah, this is a weapon spam build. I like that this build's not a hyper synergy though. It's really cool that we're making it work with just like random stuff. Random pile build is good news in my mind. Again, looking for I'm looking every time I grab that enchantment, I'm actually looking for I'm kind of looking for the one that speeds up your cooldowns, but I'm just not finding it as reliably as I'd like. But I really want to find a transmute. I need to sell my stuff. Still no rewind. Like nothing is speeding me up here. I'm dying, man. I'm dying here, dude. Can I get a transmute? I got it. Nice. So we're gonna sell the portal now. This creates space, and what am I selling next? Maybe a crystal. Maybe a Jeff. How many times did Jeff got to go off to equal a crystal? Quite a few times. Yeah, I think it's a Jeff. Now we can take bigger stuff again, right? Got some space opened up there in the mid. Ooh, the supercharger. This can hit both of these sort of combats. Move that there, move that there. That's the only like great spot for this, isn't it? I think not a lot of other start of combat, right? I don't think so. More trees? Sure, dude. Yeah, that's really good for our necromancer huts. Remember, all those little trees and shrubs now are adding up to a lot. These are, well, hold up. The shrubs are also start of combat. Hold up. Is there something cool with that, actually? Hold it up a second. Hold it up a second. Hold it up a second. We have more space to play with now, too. Can I do something cool with these shrubs where they're adjacent to the obelisk still, right? They're adjacent to both. Yeah, like all the shrubs gain it. I guess the obelisk does go off first, so one shrub might get lost in the shuffle, I suppose. But a lot of the shrubs will be fine. We can put a couple trees over there too, I suppose. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Both of the force fields in the back. That's good. All right. Yeah, this is looking nice, man. I think we're in a decent spot. Again, a hyper synergistic build will still demolish us, I think. But to get to 10 wins already is a fantastic result. This is a... Oh, this is a pretty scary build because Myria the Curse Binder is going to be using... They're going to use this to force my weapons to attack my board. It depends a little bit on which weapons they get, though, because if they roll like artillery instead of Spellbound Rocket, it might not do enough. You know, we might be able to get to it before it wreaks enough havoc. How fast is it actually going? 2 seconds? That's pretty fast, but not crazy. I haven't noticed a rocket hitting my own board yet, so that's good news. I think we're... Oh, there was... It looked like something hit one of my force fields. They're pretty monster, though, man. Like, these... Oh, yeah, we're shredding. Oh, yeah, these got so big, dude. All those enchantments? Bro... These got so big. Health gained. Still not as much as the brick by bricks, but because those survived, they had time. Actually, their force fields gained more life, but I just dealt way more damage, you know? Pretty cool. I actually forgot we added this, by the way, where you can hover over these and see which one it is. What the heck? Oh no, an Amber Alert. Wish them well. It's always sad to see. Yeah, I totally forgot we added those, but that's a handy little trick. Yeah. Okay. 11 wins. Completely insane. 2 rounds to go. Can we actually make it to the end, guys? Let's get rid of that tree here. Let's put this in. Put the tree back up front. Emerald again. Sure. I think we've got plenty of weapons, so I'm just gonna take like big defense items, right? Ooh, is the proliferator better? Better for the necromancer huts. Can be more annoying depending on the board type for the opponent. Could trigger it ourselves as well, I guess, with the obelisk here, yeah. Another mushroom mender, a rafflesia. These are nuts with like mushroom vendors. I could even put it in like 3 mushroom vendors. Gonna fit though, like weird, kind of a weird move here, I guess, but should be okay, I think. It's worth the trouble. I don't know if this is worth the trouble or not. Maybe. I mean, maybe. Seems fine. Like, I got a little chain here. Like, the trees are giving health to the mushrooms. The mushrooms are all giving a ton of health to the Rafflesia. The bricks are gaining a ton of health from the supercharger. We can definitely transmute this Jeff's and the Mana Machina as well. Like, we don't really need that anymore. It's not even on the obelisk anymore, so. Nature 4 could be a big defense item sometimes. Another mushroom mender? Yeah, dude, we're on it, dude. This is the mushroom crew. Town units get +2 health. Yeah, librarian. Yeah, MP mine. Yeah, we have almost none of those, so that's actually fine for us. Opponent might have way more. Okay, guys. 2 more fights to go. 11 wins is insane either way. I think I might be close to cracking 1,000 on the leaderboard right now. Oh, this build looks very scary. Oh, God. Casino here is speeding up all these town units. They got these 3 mechanics getting sped up, which are going to feed these power plants. It's going to speed stuff up even more, creating some crazy loops. Now, they don't have any extra the start of combat manipulations with the supercharger. So that might be good news. Like not speeding up the casino or the power plants anymore, the power line. I will also say, like, I like when I build a casino because, like, you know, the way this is worded, right? All town units above this trigger 4% faster for each town unit below this. I think you can, at least in my experience, I think that's the way it works. It seems to work well for me. If you put just like the 2 things you really care about above it and then everything else below it, all the other ones below it don't gain as much speed, but the 2 things above it gain a ton of speed because there's way more things below it, right? So you're kind of like creating an imbalance where you're focusing on a couple things, which particularly in my mind with these mechanics can be really good. Like I would maybe just put 2 mechanics above the casino, everything else below it, and then the mechanics are way faster and way more likely to trigger bigger laser pointers faster, which can go a really long way. By the way, these watchtowers back here look really cool, gotta say. We are shredding those mushroom menders. Our mushroom menders are looking great. Our Rafflesia is up to 1,700. The brick by bricks each at 2,000, although the opponent is making a monster comeback here. Oh, God, no, dude. No, no, no. It's so close. No, we're dead. It's exactly what we feared. No! They didn't even, I feel like, get that fast, by the way. These did get to 2.5 still. I guess that's more than enough, right? The fortune tellers also... they didn't need it, man. Whatever I was talking about, like, screw me. They just didn't need it, right? It was fast enough anyway. Started shredding. Big laser pointer dealt 17,000 damage, and it had 1,000 damage per hit. That was actually the problem. I didn't even realize it was gaining that much life off power plants, I guess. Bro, it gains so much damage. Glowberries also put in some work. We resummon. That's actually the issue. They honestly did do a lot with their other town units. I mean, they actually benefited a lot off these lumberjacks. I got so focused on the mechanics. Well, wait, the lumberjacks, only one of those is in the casino actually, though. I guess they maybe didn't do that much. Honestly, it's just whatever the case, it worked, you know. It 100% worked. I guess they had power lines in the casino. These fortune tellers, what were they even buffing? It feels like they were going off a lot late and stuff had a ton of health, but I'm not sure why. I guess the glowberries. Where were the glowberries at? Oh, here they are. Glowberries. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Just maybe these 2 magic guys buffing each other, honestly, and there's an ancient guy here too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I always seem to put glowberries by weapons, but you know, it's really good in town unit here too. Okay, good job, opponent, man. Andy E. Ayala doing some work, man. I thought we had this fight, to be honest with you. I thought we'd get there, but the laser pointer just got too big too fast. It's scary, I guess. Oh, I forgot the Skolas are, oh, I didn't even, this is what was really doing all the work. I didn't even realize the Skola is not activating more. I mean, 19 times is enough because each of these gives 3% health and damage. So like that's 19 or 19 times 6% basically, right? So, and it's, each one's getting bigger than the last, right? Because it's not base damage or anything. So that's part of the problem. So actually maybe having all these town units sped up for the Skolas is really the build, huh? Yeah, that's crazy. That's why that got so high. I like that build. I haven't seen too many Skola builds. That's really good for this rating too, man. I mean, although I was just rating like 2 days ago, our ratings are really swingy right now. So that's something we want to change. Oh, so close to 1,000, dude. No, I haven't been 1,000 in a while. Oh, I thought we might crack it. I didn't remember how close I was. This is a really good run either way. I'm not mad. Pretty cool little, like, eclectic build too. How many weapons did we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weapons is crazy. Yeah. But we did see like synergies beat us out at the end, which is and I think that's good. This was a really successful run. We want eclectic stuff to work, but we also, we don't want just brute force weapons. It's just all about a balance. I want these things to work well, but not be the end all, and I don't want you only to be able to play hyper synergies. So that's a good sign, I think, that we fell right in the middle. But yeah, guys, that's the latest Sky Shard patch. Fun little run here. Some crazy builds behind us. Look at all those crystals, man. Person's got some crazy bees down there. You got a lot of electro catalysts. Don't look like a boob, to be honest, but not final art. 2 giant trees here. This is cool, man. Always fun browsing builds. So yeah, guys, if you like the game, if you want to check it out, you can join lots of other folks. Hit that link down in the description. I'll probably put a pinned comment down there too to grab this on Steam right now. Totally free. You can play it as much as you like. It's our demo, but it's just, it's unlimited. It's the whole game. So go check it out. Lots of changes coming soon too. So more big, awesome stuff on the way. But yeah, wish lists and downloads are all great for us, man. So please check it out, have some fun, and thanks for watching. That said, I guess I will see you around.